101.3 Nigeria Info. We dive into deeper conversations for this hour as we bring it back home, where the Rivers State Governor, Similai Fubara, says he was at the Rivers State House of Assembly this morning to present the 2025 budget in compliance with the Supreme Court judgment, but met a locked gate. Addressing newsmen in front of the locked gate of the Assembly quarters, where the lawmakers hold plenary, Governor Fubara said he made several attempts to reach the Speaker, but was unable to do so. He said he expects to hear from them as they could be working on a letter. The governor said his recent actions are in the interest of Rivers people.
Before my arrival at my invitation, but it's unfortunate that at the gates, you guys worry about. Maybe they are working on their letter. I expect to hear from them maybe after this hour.
Well, later on, the governor insisted that he communicated his intention to visit the Rivers State House of Assembly to its Speaker, Martin Amehule, before he showed up at the quarters to represent the 2025 budget. Governor Fubara said this when he addressed residents of the Kana local government area of the state during the commissioning of Bori Zonal Hospital shortly after the drama at the Assembly quarters this morning.
It was unfortunate when we got there this morning. We were denied access, and the next story I'm hearing is that we didn't make any communication. I did everything to make sure that situation was sorted out today. I'm still ready to come any day to get this particular issue sorted out. I had to bring this because I'm aware that there was some things going around the media, that there was no communication, that I was not complying, that I was not making any efforts. I feel it's an opportunity here where everybody can hear from me and understand the situation that we're facing.
Well, Governor Fubara was accompanied by the Secretary to the State Government, Chief of Staff, and some members of the State Executive Council. This comes about 24 hours after President Bola Tinubu told some Niger Delta leaders that he advised the governor on Monday to follow the path of peace. So there are many questions to ask, and hopefully the Joe Johnson for joining. Thanks for making the time. Okay, straight to business, sir. Now, this incident of the restriction of access happened this morning. The report states that the governor met a locked gate. Between then and now, has there been any correspondence from the State Assembly members?
No, none to my knowledge.
Okay. Now, the governor said that he reached out, made some calls, sent letter, if I get that correctly, and there was a clarification about his visit today. But I'd like to understand the nature of the call. Did he reach out to the speaker, and was there a response? Was it a missed call? Was it a message dropped? Was there some confirmation on the end of the assembly members that we are ready to receive you?
If you recall, last Friday, we wrote a letter to the assembly inviting them to come and hold the governor on Monday morning. Through one honorable opponent day that there was no letter that came through a proper channel of communication. And quarreled with a letter that it was seen by them on the social network or through the WhatsApp. Now, we wrote a letter again yesterday to the speaker and then reached out to them through other social media platforms, WhatsApp, and then sent messages, and the governor even called. And we booked specifically 10 o'clock this morning. And if you know a bit of the law, they say silence is consent.
Okay.
So we headed to the assembly this morning in readiness to presenting the budget. But we got there, and then there was a melodrama at the gate. As soon as they saw the governor, they locked up, and we were not allowed access.
Silence is consent, as used in this context. Are you saying there was no response from their end, so their silence was taken as consent?
No. It's not. There was no agreement to say don't come or or have any other engagements. There was no disagreement. There was nothing to indicate that we shouldn't come. So we were there. If the first one was come to government house, let us meet. And then they rebuffed it on the hollow reasons that it didn't come to them. In this case, the governor reached out to them, called a number of the principal officers, even reached the clerk of the house. And yet, here we are.
No, but Mr. Johnson, I'm trying to get something clear, right? Because I understand from your position, it was believed that the silence, as you state, was consent to approach. Let's take communication.
No. There was communication between the governor and the speaker.
Okay.
The form letter received to the House of Assembly. There was also a WhatsApp message sent to the principal officers.
Okay.
And if you read my message, it will indicate that I have read or I may not have read. So they got all that communication, and true to it, they acted what they acted today.
Now, you say when you got there today, they locked the gate. Was the gate locked before you got there, or they locked it when they saw you approaching? Because those are two different things.
When we got to the place, they locked the gates.
Okay. So the locking happened on sighting you. Okay.
Yes.
Let's digress a bit. The FCT minister faulted the leaders of Fubara, and he should cut them some respect. What's the government's position on the minister's statement?
Well, if the oil cries in the night and the...
Oh my. Oof.
What they're doing is proxy war. Higher guns. They're acting on the script of their papers. Otherwise, how can the FCT minister come to the national during his media chat and condemn a letter that was written by the governor? How did he know about the letter? Because he had even started his media chat before we got to the assembly. It tells you that a lot had happened before now. And what they did was a direct affront on the states. Remove the governor of Fubara as a person, but he is the governor of the states. And if you can lock him out in a state where he has jurisdiction, it tells you the disdain. It tells you that the people are not there for River State. You said you want the budget. Here we are with the budget. We're here against all us. Court judge, which even when the Pandef visited me yesterday or day before yesterday, the president said go and act appropriately, and he came, swallowed all the insults that had been heaped on him, only to get to there, and they refused to let us in. We invited them to come to government house. They said it was not properly addressed. We took the letters, we sent messages to WhatsApp, made calls, spoke to those who should be making the decision, and yet here we are. So I think that it's for everyone to see, who is the aggressor in this matter.
Mr. Johnson, I have to apologize. It's a bit difficult making out what you're saying. We have issues with the reception. But at this point, every day the appropriation bill is not presented is another day that Rivers people get to bear the brunt. So what is the way forward? What actions will be taken from your end moving forward as regards this issue?
How else would you want us to handle it? We have written last week Friday, today is Wednesday, 5 days behind us, to say, come on Monday, let us meet. We itemized the agenda for that meeting. You rebuffed it. We wrote to you, sent through all the platforms, made phone contacts, and yet you don't want to oblige this opportunity. So how do we do it? How do we present the budget? Shall we take it and put on top of who knows where? How else do people talk? Even when Biafra had issues with Nigeria when the war was, they went to somewhere they call Aburi, a place they call Aburi in Ghana. They sat. When the Hutus and the Tutsis had their own challenge, they went to somewhere. I don't want to talk about the South Sudan and the rest of them. So when there is a disagreement, there must be a round table. So they expect that they should be open to discussions. There are a lot of things that we'll gain when we sit down and talk as a family. But if you don't want to give us the opportunities, so how else do we do it? Perhaps you may advise me. The much I know is that when we have a sit-out, then we can iron and trash all the, all the vexing issues.
Mr. Johnson, I understand the impasse that has been created by the non-response of the assembly members, but the Rivers residents who might not get their salary at the end of this month because a budget has not been passed might not come to terms with the fact that the governor's hands are tied because assembly members do not want to answer him. So there has to be a way, sir.
Give me suggest now. I don't have the clairvoyance to know what next we can do, and I'm not even the governor of Rivers State. The governor of Rivers State, in my opinion, has given it all to ensure that there's peace and tranquility. But it does appear that our brothers on the other
hand to the assembly members.
He has not said anything, but they must be out. And he's the chief executive officer. If he's one man that led to anything that would protect the interests of Rivers people and ensure that nobody suffers, it's not just the civil servants that are going to be affected. There are social facilities, there are a few things, a number of things. What about the tractors who are running with our projects? What about those who are giving? There are a lot of that. So I want to be that God will touch the hearts of these people so that we can come to common ground and then think of how, to come to an amicable resolution.
Okay, so we've left in the hands of God. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We really are supposed to have a longer conversation, but there are issues with making out some parts of what you're saying. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Hopefully you and I can speak at a later time. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Okay, I'm on the road. I told you we went to commission the Bo Regional Hospital.
Yes, you did say so.
And then you can imagine what the situation is, coming from, this distance.
Yeah.
So if it will not hold today, perhaps I will appear on your program tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
I will appeal to Rivers people to please forgive me.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
The words and voice of the Commissioner for Information, which obviously is the position of the state government. We are at an impasse. The assembly members have refused to engage. They locked the gate when we got there. What else was said? The governor has tried as much as he can, and ideas are needed at this point to get us to a place of progress. I have a break coming up. After that, you and I get to talk. The governor failed to meet the assembly members through no fault of his, simply because he was denied access. Is this strategic silence on the part of the assembly or power play? Stay with us. Back, still hard facts, 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Oracle Chinedu here. The governor was not allowed into the State Assembly quarters. He says he was at the quarters this morning to present the 2025 budget in compliance with the Supreme Court judgment, but met a locked gate. Addressing newsmen in front of the locked gate, where lawmakers hold plenary, the governor said he made several attempts to reach the speaker before his arrival, but was unable to do so. And later on, while on the commissioning journey, I had that somewhere. Just give me a minute. I think that's a clearer audio. Yeah, the governor insisted he communicated his intention to visit the Rivers House of Assembly. He communicated that intention to the Speaker, Martin Amehule, before he showed up. And so he said his piece because he knows that the media, that would be us, would carry the story, and he needs to clarify a few things. Let's hear the governor, and then we get to hear you.
It was unfortunate when we got there this morning. We were denied access, and the next story I'm hearing is that we didn't make any communication. I did everything to make sure that that situation was sorted out today. I'm still ready to come any day to get this particular issue sorted out. I had to bring this because I'm aware that there was some things going around the media, that there was no communication, that I was not complying, that I was not making any efforts. I feel it's an opportunity here where everybody can hear from me and understand the situation that we're facing.
Okay, so I hope you heard a major part of what the commissioner said. Well, it's time for you to join us. I asked earlier, is this strategic silence or power play on the part of the assembly members? What do you make of the restriction of access to the governor? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can watch, listen, and engage. Okay. Dave. Okay, I've lost Dave's message. I'll get to those shortly. Gift calls from Yenugua. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Ola Koshinedu.
Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. This whole drama that is going on, I call it drama because you ask the Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson, if at all the communication that he's talking about, there was any response to it, and he talked about being silent. If the people were silent, then why did you go to that place? Because even if you are going to government house today, there must be a communication between you and government house. And definitely response will come before you will go to that place. The same thing to the House of Assembly. I don't think what they are telling us is the true position. I will never accept that. The reason why I will not accept it is that one or two occasions or situations has happened before concerning the House of Assembly and this very executive governor. And it turned out this way. I don't know why we are doing all this drama, acting drama. Because if they never snapped or videoed anything to post, I don't think anybody will be aware of this. It was nothing like immediately they saw them. I watched the video. That place was locked.
Good evening, Sam.
Good evening.
Yes. What is the extent of democracy? In our definition, in primary definition, we all know democracy by the people, for the people. Everything concerning democracy is for the people, not for yourself, or not for your godfather, or not for one or guy somewhere. It's for the people. And say when you come to leadership position, it's to show love. Even those who hate you, you are a leader. You will show love to everybody. When you quote the Bible, that's what Jesus said. That is all about leadership. Now, let me come on. Is government comprises the judiciary, the legislature, and the executive. That is one government. Separation of power doesn't mean there is separation of government. These three 823 department must work for the people, for the betterment of the people. We thank God we have a governor like this. If it were some other set of, as the politicians they are saying, like what we can say, he's not a politician. If it were the kind of politician we have, this state could have gone into fire. That is the truth, my brother. And that is what we experienced in 2016 under Goodluck. Because all the powers he has, same is the chief security officer of the state. He has got a lot of intel.
All right.
What will happen in the state? But his behavior want to show, please let there be peace.
Thank you.
Because of the people.
Thank you, Barabe. That's 1 minute, 30 seconds. Mufasa from Rumokoro. Hello, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good afternoon.
It's Sam Mufasa.
Sam, my brother, man.
Don't let me lock my gate, please. Go ahead.
Well, Sam, in local parlance, this is what could best be described as sea finish. My brother, I think Governor Fubara has once again demonstrated what a lot of people, not just in Rivers State, globally, have considered to be an uncommon tolerance. I don't think any governor elected by the people in this country would have accepted such a treatment. The governor is chief security officer of the state. That facility is within his territory, and he has every right and authority to access that facility. And let us look at it diplomatically. If you don't even want to see the governor, that you are even bold enough to lock him out of that facility is an affront on the governor. And for me, this governor should be given a Nobel Prize for peace, honestly speaking. Comment his candor, his countenance, and the way he's taking this matter, honestly. Like the commissioner has said, I think the Amewule group should demonstrate that they are actually represent the people, because the parliament is supposed to reflect the interest of the people.
All right.
And not the interest of any selfish individual.
That's about time. Thank you very much. Innocent calls from Rumekini. Hello, Innocent.
Yeah, good day. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, it is very clear and evident that the River State House of Assembly, led by Martins Amehule, they are just tossing the governor up and down. It's like on court, they are making a with the governor. Now, I think the Supreme Court has given them judgment, and they have told the governor, go and represent the budget. And the governor is now ready to represent the budget. What then is their problem? Then they are forgetting that they are dealing with the population of River State, both indigenous and non-indigenous alike. Or do they want the salary of civil servants to be withheld, the allocation for River State to be withheld? I don't actually understand. If they are tired of being a representative of the state, they should resign. Because you can't tell me that somebody will be there, the governor has tried to make peace, you don't want peace. The governor has written you, he said he will not honor it. Okay, the governor invited you, he said he will not come. What do they actually want? Please, there the peace in this state. Thank you very much. Innocent is my name.
All right, thank you very much. Silas calls from Rukboku. Hello, Silas.
Hello, good evening, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I want to ask you one little question.
Okay.
Before I go ahead, this commissioner that addressing this matter, is it the same commissioner that Martins Amehule said is an imposter that's supposed not to address the public because it's not screened by him?
I think
his assembly. Is it the same person?
Silas, I think that question should be for Martin Amehule. He would be in the best position to tell both of us who he was referring to. Don't you think?
Okay. Let me say what I'm trying to let you know. Because I believe that part of the reason, maybe if there is any misbehavior or maybe misact, how people might look it from the assembly members, should be that things are not done proper. That's exactly my own view.
All right.
The letter, whoever that wrote them later, should be the person that's supposed to write to them. whosoever is approaching them should be the proper person to approach them, because they are the law. So they don't need any other imposter or somebody that were not screened properly by the Liberty Assembly members to begin to address them. And it is not going to work like that. So if you ask me, I will tell you that the same commissioner of information that addressing himself and the media addressing him as commissioner of information is not commissioner in this River State. Nobody knows him. So really? I am advising you should stay away from addressing himself as a commissioner first, so that the peace can start from there.
Silas, how does that affect the restriction of access to the assembly quarters? How exactly does what you said now?
He might be, look at what he's saying, they went there. Who is he to go to assembly? What's his business to assembly?
Okay, so the governor should leave the commissioner and go on his own.
The governor should have left that. Who is the commissioner? He's not a commissioner.
Okay, it's okay, Silas. I'm certain the governor can hear you. Hopefully when he goes next time, if that happens, he will go alone. Micah from Borokiri. Hello, Micah.
Sam, good day.
Good evening.
Okay, the drama that played out, I don't know, people still confused. Did you hear the media chat? See, there are certain things that you hear from certain persons, from either appointees of governor, or you now know that this is what the governor have in mind. From what the minister said, it is the takeaway there is that, okay, after you have dealt with us and did all what you have did, including embarrassing him, taking away his chief in his own personal family, you want us to come and say, oh, like all is over. He will be dealt with. That is the message. There is no other thing. If anybody is thinking, oh, there is a way, okay, governor should go back and rewrite, they will mess him up. That's why I've said right from time is that the Excellency have taken this thing with kid gloves. You don't, like, one of the comments he mentioned, he referred to one judge who is an in-law to the orderly. So the only thing I will advise the governor now is that if you have ban, or you just want to fall for them, you will be dealt with, even if he leaves as a governor. Now, the next thing that will happen now is that Martin Samehule will resign, and then they will look for somebody from the riverine to be the Speaker of the House. That impeachment, from the sound, from the tune of the minister, similarly will be dealt with. Sorry, His Excellency, will be dealt with. They are bent on doing it, and nothing anybody will say about it.
Okay. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Oracle, it is so pathetic, even at this point in time, that we are still the bitchiness at which we are being handled in this state is so alarming that you wrote a letter to another arm of government. And even speaking from the commissioner, the so-called the alleged commissioner.
The commissioner. Chima. Address him properly, please.
Yes, Mr. Oracle. Will the assembly sit every day? If you write them a letter, we don't know the report on your letter. We don't know the reciprocate the memo back to you. You just throw over, see, maybe in the officer, in your movement, you just stop to see a whole legislators, people making laws, that is people that are authorities. You just stop by, as if maybe it's one small people you just go see. Then the people that are acknowledged that are trying to arrogate so much strength on the governor that their property belongs to him. My other embassies belong to America, even if it's further in Nigeria. Why are we talking like this?
All right.
These are the things that they said that the governor was misled.
Thank you, Chima. I didn't want to get into a repartee about the commissioner because I didn't want to take from your time. But thanks for me. Yes, it's all good. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Steve from Praga. I could recall us for peace. Now, yesterday, during that commission of the court, I had the government Mrs. Board or Mrs. Wiki. Then, secondly, yesterday, so eminently from this state, 90% of those people there are working and supporting SIM, our governor. They went to see the president. The president said, obey the Supreme Court. And they're supposed to have the commission for project in Bori today by 10 o'clock. She said that program to 2 o'clock because of maybe what they have done. So we want to find out why they have this convention with these elders, these senior men of Rivers who want to from Lagos to Port Harcourt and from Abuja to Port Harcourt to have this convention with him. And they came today, this morning, they want to present a budget. The commissioner said there was a letter, but there was no response. So long to get exactly because if you are looking at what we call cause and effect, it's very, very important. But most of the time when the effect comes, cause that effect you must be affected because as a cause already being set in motion. So let us work this out one piece. We have gone so far by the grace of God. We have the sun is still there, sun rain that's coming to bring down the heat.
All right.
Lay down them, and everybody in this state is important.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Steve. Let's take some messages. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Kelvin Gospar says, I think there's a problem of understanding of administrative working of two different arms of government in this administration. When the correspondence is sent out to the House, first it will be read to members at the floor of the House as a correspondence from Governor. Okay, Kelvin, you need your messages shorter. There's no way I'm reading all of this. But thanks for sending it. Hopefully, the next one is better. Zita Barry says, good afternoon. Let them take the state to their houses, the ultimatum speaker, and let's see if he won't get same measures. Stephen Abel Oti says, please, Governor Fubara, don't be pushed and don't allow those following you to feel ashamed. What you did today was not just politics, but mere mediocrity. David Pius says, an illegal commissioner can say that they locked the gate when they saw them approaching. So funny. Okay. Wisdom Theology says the governor should write the Rivers House of Assembly through its speaker that he's coming to present the 2025 budget next week. We want peace in the state. Okay, so he's asking for a return march. Loveth Honor, this is becoming seriously honest. A whole sitting governor is being disrespected like this. Okay. Lawrence, one thing is for sure, whosoever that is doing this for his or her personal interest without minding the peace of the state and the progress of the state, that person will not know peace in his or her family. Okay. And let's go to WhatsApp. In my local dialect, it says that a person can never say or do anything pleasant to his or her enemy. Those House of Assembly members led by Martin Amehule are acting according to the script their political godfather wrote for them. I'm not for or against the Assembly members. Let there be peace in Rivers. Good evening, Oracle. I think the easiest way to solve the problem is for the governor, his appointees, and supporters to turn down their rhetorics. Both camps should show sincerity and stop using words that can contribute to flay tempers, Emmanuel Godwin says. And DJ from Port Hackett is asking, is WhatsApp message an official channel by which the executive sends correspondence to other arms of government? Isn't there a proper way of doing these things? Will the government of Rivers State accept a bid for any government contract that is sent by WhatsApp? DJ is asking. Back to the phone lines. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. Please turn off your radio as you call. Sam, how can you send a letter yesterday and expect them to sit today for budget presentation? Before your letter came, there's been a timetable on how the House will go today. The governor should do what is right. That's from Big Elele. Edongesit from GRA calls. Hello, good evening.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, my name is Edongesit. I'm calling you from GRA.
All right, go ahead.
Now, the commissioner said, upon citing them, they locked the gates. You see, these people are the problem. The commissioner lied. This is pure lie. I was there at the assembly quarter. That place has been locked since today. Nobody was there. And this problem of all these things, they are the ones spreading annoyance. How do you expect? Okay, remember, initially, before this problem, there were several calls for peace. Even the president calls for peace. The governor came back. They said, no, they don't want peace. Listen, they fought. They humiliated these assembly members. They humiliated them. They seized their salary. they humiliate the electricity minister, they humiliate these guys, and they fought. At the end of the day, the governor lost. And now you're coming to say peace. Do you think it's easier for these guys to accept this peace so easily?
I don't get it.
After all...
Are you telling me...
What? You said what?
I'm about to ask you a question. Are you telling me that this is an attempt at Rivers people? This is what you're trying to...
You know, if you accept this peace just like that.
So what needs to happen? Is it, do we kill cow or fry egg? Okay.
So you expect them to just accept peace like that after all the humiliation?
I don't expect anything. I expect everyone to do their jobs.
It's not that easy.
Okay, so what should the governor do now? Since you are a consultant, what should the governor do so that peace can happen?
The governor should continue. See, listen. People around the governor are the ones spreading annoyance. They are spreading annoyance. Like, look at what the commissioner says. It's so annoying.
Okay.
It's so annoying.
Leave people around the governor.
The governor should continue to listen. The governor should continue to throw the path of peace. Genuine peace, genuinely, not humiliation,
Peace looks like. How would we know when we see it? What should we look out for?
Okay. Now listen. The governor said, remember, just watch. When you see the activity that played, you know the governor just lied. The governor lied. Yes. Did you think everything the governor says is true?
And don't get it. How would we know when the peace move is genuine?
Okay, now, you said what?
Okay. I've stopped listening. Justice from Omodioga. Hello, Justice.
My friend Sam, good evening.
Good evening.
I want to start by commending the governor for the demonstrations he has displayed in resolving the political situation in Rivers State. First, when the Supreme Court made their pronouncement on the 2nd of March, Sunday, the governor made a broadcast, removed the local government chairman, instructed RISEC to conduct a session. The governor has written to the assembly for a meeting at the government house. They failed to come. And then yesterday, they had a meeting in Abuja, the Pandes meeting. Immediately after the meeting, the governor wrote to the assembly. He responded swiftly to the instruction of the president and to still demonstrate how interested he is in implementing the Supreme Court judgment. And today, he went to the assembly after informing them. They locked him out. Sam, there are some people that if they are the governor and you deny them such access, they will break down that gate. But to tell you how peaceful the governor is, he left that place. Sam, are you aware that 30 minutes later, after the governor left that place, Martin Samehule and his people had sitting in that same venue today? What are we talking about? They are not ready for peace. They are not. They should stop abusing the office of the governor.
Okay.
Why are we doing like this? Okay, these people, Amehule and his people, are representing Rivers people.
Okay.
How am I sure that what they are? Because most of the people that are representing have sympathy.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. First of all, if I were the governor, one, that commissioner I was speaking today, I would have asked him to resign because it's illegal. The Supreme Court judgment has nullified everything Oko Jumbo did. I don't see any reason why people should be coming on air to say, I am commissioner. Who made you? You are illegal.
Okay, Victor, we are close to a break. Again, for the purpose of the conversation between legislature and executive, right? I'm sure that the commissioner shouldn't be settled. What needs to happen?
Number one, ask all the people you have there to resign. None of them is a commissioner. Number two, write to the speaker. The speaker is the authentic speaker. You have been denying it. Now it is real. Write to him, correspond, and then go at the right time. You present your budget, and then send the names of commissioners. They will screen them. This dilly dangling that the governor is doing, I don't really know why he's doing this thing.
Okay.
This thing should have been settled from the day one.
All right, Victor. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are out of time. The news update comes up at the top of the hour, and, well, conversations continue. Please stay with us.